My first year junior when I was 15, I was at training camp and I was the youngest guy, right? And they only made like 3 or 4 goalie jersey, and that was the only one left. So
coming here after being traded, you know, I talked to Heinze on the phone right away, and he said 18 was taken. It was Chris Connor in number 18, and he's a good friend of mine. I play with him in Dallas, so I gave Chris a call, and he was happy to give it to me, and I've had it ever since.
I grew up wearing 10 and 15, and then when I got to New Jersey, I was given 7, and I've been 7 ever since. So, which I embrace.
I always had 68 when I was younger, and when I got to junior, I had to pick between, like, I think it was like 3, 16, 58, and 92, something like that. And I ended up picking 58. I looked through the league and there was no 58, so I picked it. And when I got here, I had 49, and I asked him, I said, can I have 58? And he looked at me like, what's wrong with you? Like, that's another training camp number. Why you want to wear that? So I always want to wear it. So
forced upon me. When I got here, I was just 19. When I was down in Wilkes, I got turned down for about 5 numbers before I got to 13. And my favorite number is 78, but I don't even want to be up near Gino instead, so I just decided to stay with 19.
When I was at BC, there was a pretty strict rule. It was 1 to 30. The goalies had 1 and 30. And they like to have the defensemen all in single-digit numbers, which is, I guess, kind of an old-fashioned thing. So I showed up and I didn't have a choice. It was 4. And then when I came to Pittsburgh, I had the same thing. I didn't have a choice. I had 29, which Christoph Oliwal had before me. And I didn't even get my own jersey. It was still, my first jersey had stitching from about the neck all the way down to the stomach from all the fights he'd been in. And that was my first. I think I played 6 or 7 games with that number, and then my first full season I had a choice, and I'm trying to think who had number 4. Somebody had number 4. So they asked me if 44 would be the next best thing.
Got to my first pro camp in Carolina, they gave me 14. Then the next year I got there, they gave me 16, because someone had taken 14. And I just kind of remember wearing it as a kid, so I stuck with it. And I got traded here, and they asked me what I wanted to wear, and I just kind of stuck with it. When you're young, you wear whatever numbers they tell you to wear. If you're not Sidney Crosby or Kenny Malkin or Chris Tang, you don't wear the number you want, usually. But they gave me 11 when I started. I kept it there for 7 years when I was in Minnesota, and when I had a chance to really pick a number, I picked number 9. It's my son's birthday.
I think I was like 16 in midgets, 15 in juniors, and then went to college, got 14, and just kind of ended up with that. And then I went to Anaheim, and they gave me 38. I wore that my first year, and then I switched back to 14. The guy that was wearing it before was gone, so I wore 14, and then just kind of stayed with it.
I've been 15 for almost as long as I can remember. It was my dad's number when he played, and been my number all along. I had it in junior and college and in the NHL, so it's kind of just my number.
Usually as a defenseman, you just go for a single number. When I got to Boston College, I think the only single number that was open was 7, so I took it. When I got here the first time, I think it was 5. That was the first number I got to pick. And I have no rhyme or reason in numbers. I think it's just a number. It doesn't affect how I play.
My favorite number was always 17 because of Wendell Clark. He was my favorite player. And I wore 17 as much as I could in midget, junior, college, 17. Couldn't get 17 my first year pro, and then when I went to Carolina Hurricanes, Rod Brindamore had 17. He didn't want to give it to me, so went to 27, which was the next one up.